Yes, live is on, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. A very good morning to all the IIC members, conveners, presidents, students, and faculty members for the today's MIC driven session. Today's session is on orientation cum refreshers session on Institutional Innovation Council and also the objective structure operation for IIC institutions, followed by the demonstration of IIC portal. The today's session will be taken by our Assistant Innovation Director, Mr. Dipan Sahu, on the orientation cum refresher session. So over to you, Dipan.
Thank you, Selva. As uh, as we are doing this series of MIS-driven activities since last 1 week, and first of all, I will thank you, each one of you, especially all the IIC members from all IIC institutions. Those are joining this MIC-driven activity sessions, and gradually we started with innovation ambassador, then hotel linkage with hotel tinkering lab schools, then into Yukti, and today we will see the overall picture and we will understand the whole IIC concept and its structure, function, and how this IIC is actually playing the instrumental role at the institute level for driving this innovation and startup ecosystem. So without taking much time, I will start my session. And before my starting session, because this is related, because this is on IIC, so I will thank each one of you for joining and for being part of this very big, vibrant network of institutions with commitment and passion to drive the ecosystem in the campuses and also connected with other campuses and stakeholders outside the institute. So as you are seeing that in the last 5 to 6 years, since 2018, we, the Ministry of Education, Innovation, Shell and AICT started with this IIC concept to intervene and to help our educational institutions to have a streamlined and strengthened ecosystem in the campuses. And we started with the humble beginning and with the modest and with a very indigenous model of this institutionalizing the system. And then gradually over the years, this model got accepted and participation of institutions. We have progressed, and this year, this IIC 6.0 edition, that is the sixth edition, the sixth year, we have crossed more than 14,000. And our target is that we will cross 1,000 in next 2 to 3 years, and then by 2027 you will see that at least 50% of the total institutions in our country, that is around 30 to 40,000 institutions, will have established IIC and functioning IIC and a better performing IIC, and that IIC will drive the whole national innovation ecosystem where institutions will be the central and focused role, and other industry investors and enablers will be the supplementary role. And you will find that India will have more than 20,000 to 30,000 institutions as epicenter of innovation and entrepreneurship will come. So this is what the broader vision we are imbibing and also transferring this vision to our institutions to build this ecosystem, streamlining the ecosystem and strengthening the ecosystem in a collaborative mode. So if you will see the strength of our Indian education system, we are the third largest startup ecosystem in the world, India, and we currently have more than 1,20,000 startups as registered under the DPIIT, and also we have 72% of founders are actually having less than 35 years old, and India is now 40th position, 40th position in global innovation index. In the global innovation index, just wait. Position in the global innovation index, and in the education wise, we are the third largest education system, having more than 63,000 higher education institutions where 40 million graduates, 40 million students graduates every year. So this is the kind of a base and the potential entrepreneur base we have in our country. And recently, this National Education Policy 2020 actually has emphasized that our institutions should aligned and should focus on research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Then the NISP, National Innovation Startup Policy 2019, also provided a guiding framework to our educational institutions how to formulate a institute-specific innovation startup policy, and also how to visualize, how to set goals for next 5 years down the line to establish themselves as an entrepreneurial institute. And another initiative that what we're going to talk in detail is about the Institutions Innovation Council Network. Actually, it was started in 2018, but now it has grown to such a big level that now it needs another level of mechanism, structure, and participation from each and every institute to drive it in a sustainable manner. So that means the network of IICs established in institutions are actually driving factor of innovation startup ecosystem in educational institutions. So if I will talk upon the NEP 2020, you will find there are various verticals where NEP emphasizes upon, and one of the vertical is quality education, where research and innovation is the key for achieving the quality education, and also it gives a direction that every institute should thrive for to produce, to generate startups, entrepreneurs, and establish itself as an entrepreneurial institute. This is the what NEP this is the what NEP provided a direction that how institutions visualize themselves as one of the change agent or as an enabling agent to build a very strong innovation ecosystem in our nation. So way back in 2017 and 18, when Minister of Education, Innovation Cell and AICT was conceptualizing this Institutions Innovation Council model, actually we found there are many challenges and bottlenecks to institutionalize the whole thing, and we have identified around 10 to 12 such points and for intervention which to address, then only this institutionalization process will happen. So one of the challenges out of this identified was non-directional support. That means actually many institutions, more than 99.5% institutions are actually non-directional, or there is no direction how to proceed, what to do, where to achieve, what to achieve. That means there is absence of framework and structure to provide directional support to the institutions. Another bottleneck and challenges what we identify is that many institutions are having or those institutions are involved, they are adopting an ad hoc approach, an unsystematic way of addressing innovation entrepreneurship in their campuses, and mostly these activities are seasonal in nature. That means only active during particular period of in a year, which is there is inconsistency in approach. Then also what we observe that there is an isolation in operation of various departments or the incubation and the pre-incubation facilities that is only restrict their access to the particular department. And there are some myths that innovation entrepreneurship only happen in technical institutions, only universities and big universities and IITs and NITs are only for innovation entrepreneurship. Other institutions are only for the certificate and normal degree education. And also what we found that there is a single disciplinary approach system in many institutions. They were not connecting multidisciplinary for innovation entrepreneurship. Many institutions are doing redundancy and the duplicacy efforts and actions to promote and support innovation. There is an absence of benchmarking and standard practices in education institutions to drive innovation and startup ecosystem. Then the collective approach was also lacking. There is no much strategy on how to mobilize resources, how to engage regional ecosystem enablers, and how to approach through knowledge sharing and the resource sharing. Similarly, Indian education system, especially Indian education institutions, are suffering with lack of in-house mentoring capability and institutional capacity, because our faculty members are mostly tuned for research and development and IP generation up to some extent, but they are completely lacking on how to provide mentoring support at the idea level, at the business model level, at the startup level, how to manage the incubation, pre-incubation system, how to identify the resources and mobilize these resources, and have an entrepreneurial and innovative blend of mind. All the things are actually not carrying with, it's not with our faculty members, majority of the faculty members. That's why it is very difficult to transfer the knowledge of innovation entrepreneurship to our students and building a better vision and kind of a dream to become an entrepreneur innovator. Similarly, the absence of reward and incentive system for participation of both institutions and individuals like faculty and student members, that's also completely lacking in our system. And there are lots of myths, like only government has to provide the support, then only institutions will build an infrastructure, like government backed, government supported incubation and acceleration and research park, and innovation are only associated with the technical institutions, and that's also up to the primary institutions. So this kind of myths we have to debunk, we have to demystify. That's why we have devised a very unique indigenous model that we call IIC, that is Institutions Innovation Council. And Ministry of Education Innovation has many initiatives, and IIC is one of the lead initiative and flagship program, which is currently helping creating the best and helping and guiding handling the institutions in establishing, strengthening, and streamlining the ecosystem in their campuses. So when we talk about institutionalizing the innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem, we focus on 6 pillars or the 6 areas of making that institution where IIC is functional and building their strength. That is, one is on system development. The system is focusing on how departments will interact, how resources with one department will get utilized, how whole team, that is, the whole IIC team will plan, coordinate activities on regular basis, how each and every individual in the IIC will get skilling and upgradation of skilling, like reskilling and upskilling on innovation entrepreneurship. It also focuses on sensitizing the leaders, the top leaders, and their commitment and involvement. And it also has the component that how the mission and vision at the institutions level will be built and passed on and percolate to the each and every member. And role of faculty as a mentor, as a role models, competent human resources. So this comes in on the leadership component. Similarly, IIC also focus on the structure, that is structuring, like there is mentoring mechanism, there is funding support mechanism, there should be pre-incubation and incubation facilities, there should be an IPS cell, then technology transfer offices, there should be referral support with other ecosystem enablers, nearby institute, then there should be innovation and entrepreneurship credit courses and curriculum restructuring. This kind of interventions comes under the structure which IIC trying to address. And it also focuses on the cultural development, like values, giving the recognition, doing the awareness, motivation, and providing the learning opportunities and creative problem solving abilities. Kind of it emphasizes and it focuses on cultural development. And the strategies means through IIC institutions devise the policies, institute specific policies on innovation and entrepreneurship. They set key performance indicators. They help in they provision the incentives, rewards, financial incentives, then recognitions, and they help in they measure the performance of the institute. Not only in implementation of these programs, also they set the bigger targets to achieve. So that means aspiration. So benchmarking, impact assessment also addressed through this IIC structure. So our approach of institutionalizing the whole things focus on all these 6 areas, and for this we have multiple programs. Major programs are at the institutional level is IIC, and also which is backed and supplemented with the National Innovation Startup Policy, and also the prescribed benchmarking indicators like key performance indicators help the institutions in creating and sustaining the innovation entrepreneurship ecosystem, and also it helps in streamlining and strengthening the ecosystems in the existing institutions in an effective way. We talk upon the benchmarking and KPIs. So there are seven major parameters used as a key performance indicators at the institutions level. So institutions can measure that. They can set the KPIs under these 7 parameters, and they can measure the progress that they are actually doing good and progressing well under each parameter or not. So if they are not progressing in certain parameters, they have to rethink, they have to re-strategize, and they have to start doing activities under that category. That means if an institute will focus on all the 7 parameters and they will check their progress on the KPIs in every 3 months or every 6 months or in every year, then they will see that if they are doing good in all these 7 parameters, that means a well established and inclusive ecosystem will emerge from that institute, and that will ensure that institutions have enough support system or a very streamlined support system for the students and faculty members to nurture innovations and to produce more startups, quality startups. And this NISP, National Innovation Startup Policy, which came in 2019 for institutions, it prescribed various clauses, terms, and also guidelines for our institutions on various thrust areas like setting up SPV, special purpose vehicle, how to allocate certain total annual budget towards innovation entrepreneurship, how to create pre-incubation support system, how to provide how to incentivize the faculty participation, how to incentivize student participation, how to engage the ecosystem enablers. So NISP provides detailed guideline on how an institutions will not only formulate a policy for that institute, but also implement with support of the IIC team in that institute, and will achieve better values and the impacts in a long-term and mid-term basis. So those institutions are implementing NISP, they get added value to the IIC operation and generate multiplier effect or the impact on the interventions. Now comes to the IIC. That IIC, as I said, it is a structure, it is a framework, provides many, it's connecting many dots, and it creates a minimum approach and giving a value of ownership. It make each individual and each stakeholders come and play their role and contribute, and every contribution then is analyzed and it reflects in terms of performance of that institute in a holistic way, in an overall way, to make that system innovative and entrepreneurial. That means Institution Innovation Council is not a center. Institution Innovation Council is not a body, not a unit, not a department, not a cell, but Institute Innovation Council is a informal body set up by the institute, where institution head and its representatives and from the different departments, sales, incubation unit, pre-incubation cell, e-cell, and student bodies. So these representatives of the different departments within the institute, under the leadership of the head of the institute and its nominee as the president of IIC, they make an informal body which undertake many activities in a collective way by synchronizing, by synergizing the resources available with different departments, and they make sure that the ecosystem establishes, emerge, streamline, strengthen, then perform. That is the what the Institution Innovation Council. So please note that Institutions Innovation Council is not a department, it is not a cell, it is not another unit, but it is a framework where all departments, all units, all cells, all institutions operate within that particular university or that institute. They come and they join the hand and they drive this council as a council. So council prescribe and also ensure that that activities in the institutions should undergo on regular basis. Our student, our faculty will get enough exposure to participate, understand the concept of innovation entrepreneurship, and also they get opportunity to engage in innovation entrepreneurship, and they make sure that industry partners, ecosystem enablers, research agencies in that region also should become the part of the council, so that they will get better advice, support, and also guidance from external parties. It also provides incentives, rewards, and recognitions. It gives a ownership status because it operates in a very decentralized and division of works. It also ensures the network go beyond the boundary of the institute. Then guidance and handholding supports to the education institutions, capacity development of faculty members as an innovation ambassador, and also it provides mentoring and funding supports to the innovations on selective basis through selective programs. So the objective of our institutions when they establish an IIC, they should make it functional. And when we will say that it's our institutions innovation council is functional, when it is a full-fledged my council and members, and onboarding with the members into my council, then performing of certain activities. So we have prescribed many activities, but overall, Institutions Innovation Council, the main objective is that it is to promote innovation and entrepreneurship, problem-solving capabilities. It will help in fostering idea and product development by conducting the various workshops and accessing to the lab and kind of things. It will facilitate collaboration. It will enhance access to the resources. It will build industry connections. It will drive institutional goals, and also it will help in IP support, IP filing, IP generation, patents, IP commercialization, startup, and creating facilities of pre-incubation and incubation. So all the things comes under the IIC. That means IIC will act as a body, advisory body, and also ensure that all action plans it devises get implemented at the ground with support from each and every department and involvement of the top authority. So this is the what IIC makes sure. That's why we say that IIC is a structure, IIC is a framework which connect the dots and brings the various stakeholders within institute and outside the institute and makes sure that ecosystem in that in campuses establish, emerge, and perform. So is a structure at the main components, that is one is called teaching and non-teaching members, and it has component called student members, and is component called expert members. So when we say the teaching and non-teaching members, the IIC president is the nominee of the head of the institute to drive the IIC on day-to-day basis, supplement with help of vice president who can be an external expert, and the convener who is going to provide coordination supports under the leadership of the president. And for carrying out different activities, there should be IPR coordinator, there should be startup coordinator, there should be innovation coordinator, there should be internship coordinator. So this, we have divided the work so that at least each one will drive the activities and with under the guidance of the IIC as an umbrella structure, and to provide supports on day-to-day basis. Mind Council also onboard student, enthusiastic and passionate student members as a coordinator to support all these kind of activities. And IIC also onboard expert members like patent expert, incubation manager, head of incubation units, then research park, then any knowledge associations, any research agencies, industry bodies. So they have to also onboard this kind of experts into the Mind Council so that they will provide better insights to the IIC and in their functioning, and also they will guide you how to mobilize resources, and they will also help in conducting many joint activities on a regular basis. So once you will have a functional IIC, that means one with the full-fledged My Council team, actually in the IIC portal you will get access to the all these kind of sub-programs, because IIC as a structure, it accommodates many programs and sub-programs, and through IIC portal each and every institute will get access to participate in all these programs and sub-programs. Already I have covered about Innovation Ambassador Program. Already I have covered the auto tinkering with auto tinkering labs in schools. Already we have covered with Yukti, and there are many other schemes, funding schemes like Mentor Mentee Program, Impact Lecture Program, and we have the programs. We have other initiatives like collaborations in innovation entrepreneurs related learning courses, academic courses. So all these are the part of this IIC program. So IIC structure. So being an IIC institute, you have accessibility to all these programs, and you will get not only the participation, you will get direct benefit in each and every programs if you will participate. Now comes to the how it get managed. All these IICs, because every institute has one IIC, and we have more than 14,000 out of 63,000 institutions we have. So we have created a very robust portal which gives us a transparent way, decentralized way, and participatory approach, that every institute owns their IIC, but they connect with other IICs, they connect with the Ministry of Education, Innovation Cell and AICT directly through us. So we have created very structures within IIC system. So for the first key highlights, the key highlights of the portal, that this governance system, is that we have categorized and subcategorized the IICs based on the type of institute, that is technical or non-technical, the structure, the system in that institute. That is it a university or it's a standalone institute? Is it a polytechnic institute, or it's a private or government agency? So based on all these kind of factors, we have classified all IIC institutions into 7 categories. Like this, affiliating universities are put under one category. That means only affiliating universities will be measured and compared within that category. That means affiliating universities will not compare with a standalone institute or affiliated college. So we have put all IICs established in affiliating universities under one category, and when we produce the annual star rating, we compare within that category only. We have category for open learning universities. We have category for centrally funded institutions and institute of national importance and central universities. So we put all centrally funded institutions under one category. We have a category specifically designed for the category for the government and government aided universities, then government and government aided colleges, then self-finance and the private universities, then self-finance and the private colleges, and polytechnic institutions are the recent added last year, because many polytechnic institutions are also joining this IIC network, and so we put all polytechnic institutions under one category, and gradually as the things will get matured, we will also further make sub-classification under the polytechnic. Similarly, for there is a decentralized governance system where to manage all these IICs, we have approach of forming consortiums. In state-wise, in a particular state, we have many consortiums, and also we are going to have a cluster approach, so that we will make them into small clusters, the institutions, and we will set up a mechanism to drive the clusters, and then each cluster will guided by the consortium at the state level, so that more decentralization and more participatory approach will be bring into this IIC system. We have created the manage multiple IICs within an affiliating university. So affiliating university has many affiliating colleges. So we've developed a system where affiliating universities, the IIC in this affiliating university can promote innovation by creating IICs in the affiliated colleges, and affiliating university also can prescribe certain activities for the affiliated colleges, and they can check and monitor and check the progress of the IICs in the affiliated colleges. Similarly, we have a system for the deemed universities where the constituent institutions under the deemed university or the colleges comes under the deemed university, department comes in deemed university, can have sub IICs in their departments, and these sub IICs can connect with the umbrella IIC at the university level, and university IIC can mobilize the resources and prescribe activities and can check the progress of all these sub IICs in the department level. So this is one of the key features of the IIC portal to bring more transparency, decentralized way of managing the things, and participatory approach in the governance system. And already I've explained that how constituent IIC operate in a university system. So for that, Selva is going to demonstrate you how to use this feature, because the feature says that consider that if one deemed university has 25 institutions under its campus, so each department can have one IIC, and for that there is no need of any IC code. Only university, by using the university IC code, university can create one IIC at the umbrella level, at the university level, and university can invite each department head through their IIC portal to create the sub IICs. And for instance, if already one department is already one active IIC, that can be merged through the umbrella IIC, through the acceptance and managing through this IIC portal. Similarly, the affiliated and affiliating university system, there also affiliating university can search the institutions those are already having IIC in affiliated colleges. They can onboard. Also, they can invite through their IIC portal to the institutions where no IIC is there, and they can create IIC through invitation through their IIC portal. So both ways the IIC portal is functional, and I will request all my zonal in charges to organize special session for our affiliating universities and also affiliated colleges, and then also conduct with the deemed universities so that they will understand this feature in a better way, so that IICs within the campus, multiple sub IICs within the campus under the university, deemed university, and affiliating university and affiliated colleges IICs can work collaboratively and connect each other, so that the better system will help in implement this network in an effective way. So the result of the IIC in last 5 to 6 years, so it is phenomenal, because actually the number of activities submitted by this in the years has increased multifold, and last year during the year 2022-23, more than 80,000 activities were organized by these IICs, around 4,000 IICs, and our central team, they evaluate all these activities, and we consider other parameters, and then we announce the annual star ratings for that year. And at present, more than 27,000 faculties are undergone the Innovation Ambassador program, training program. Now they are deployed as Innovation Ambassador, and they are driving the campus ecosystem, and they perform multiple roles, what I have explained in my previous session. Similarly, more than 75,000, I think more than 89,000 faculty members, more than 1 lakh student members, and more than 13,000 extra members are part of it. That figures are not updated here, but it is done to a level that now we have created threshold level of such change as individuals to drive the campus ecosystem. And we understand that many institutions, they are not much progressive, have no idea how to start, where to start, and that's why we classified the whole activities into measure four categories. The one category is called self-driven activity. That means if any institute know how to drive, how to conduct, what activities to conduct, and they already good collaboration support with many ecosystem enablers, then that's nice. Whatever the activity they will organize on related to innovation entrepreneurship, that will comes under the self-driven activity. So self-driven activity is one category and kind of activities that any institute can fill it off. Any institutions can do it because it is driven by self, and the institutions are the self decider what kind of activities they will do in collaboration with any ecosystem enablers they have or they have a collaboration. What we found that the proportion of the number of such institutions, those are driving on themselves, are very, very less. They're only hardly 1% of the total institutions. That means the remaining 99% institutions have no clue because majority of them have never experienced. They know how to start, where to start, and they need some guidance. That's why we have introduced this IIC calendar activities, and this we call them IIC calendar driven activities with different levels. Like levels decide the hours of the days. So if any activity is only 1 or 2 hours, if an activity is half day, if an activity is one activity, or if an activity is 2 days or more than 2 days activity, so accordingly it will fit under the different levels. Similarly, under self-driven activities also. So IIC calendar driven activity, what it says that we have listed around 30 plus activities, IIC calendar driven activity of different levels, and what it says that, and mostly these are the non-technical, that means these activities can be organized in any type of institute, irrespective of structure, type, and focus. That means this kind of activities, no need of any kind of a technical expertise to deliver, but you have to invite such a person who has related this kind of things to deliver the session. So, for example, inviting a startup founder to deliver stories, experience, inviting an IP expert, inviting an incubation expert, inviting doing an exposure visit to an incubation unit. So this kind of activities are prescribed, which is non-technical in nature, generic, but very, very important and very, very much very foundational and very kind of a basic things required to be imparted at the institute level. So so that means it provides a directional support to many institutions to start with some level of activity. Then we have listed around 30 activities, and if one institute will implement all 30 activities, they will get 40% weightages. That means in the IIC annual star rating, they will get 40% weightages if they have actually conducted all IIC driven activities. Self-driven activities carries around 30% weightages, and we have another category called MIC driven activities, which is the ad hoc activities like today we are organizing. So IIC calendar activities are prescribed at the beginning of the year, like for IIC 7.0, we will announce it in the month of September. That means for institute, the IIC calendar activities available at day 1 of the academic year, and they plan accordingly. MIC driven activities are enough. That means in every month or every alternative month, we prescribe certain activities in collaboration with other ministries or from our program, so that it will be acted as informative session. It will provide a kind of a better understanding. It will provide better opportunities for our institutions to participate. So we consider that as a MIC driven activity, and we organize 7 to 10 such activities in particular academic year, and also it will increase as the demand as per the need comes in. So MIC driven activity carries around to 10% weightages, 20% weightages, and IIC calendar activity is around 40% weightages. Self-driven activities carries around 30% weightages, and we have another category called celebration day activities. This celebration day activities calendar also prescribed in the day one of the annual academic year, where we mentioned that around 11 celebrations, mostly on celebrate entrepreneurship day, celebrating technology transfer day, celebrating innovation day, celebrating technology day. So like that, some relevant celebration days we've identified, and institution has to promote and also celebrate these activities of these days in their campuses, so that more awareness, more informations will flow, and our students also will get engaged in a very creative activities, and that will also motivate them to do better things. So which carries around 10% weightages. So if you add up all these weightages, 40, 30, 20, 10, 10, it comes around 100%. So this carries the activities, and this is the 80% of the total annual star rating, and remaining 20% of the annual star rating comes from the performance of that institute in other activities, like what kind of Yukti innovation repository you have created, and how many ideas, how many innovations, how many startups you have started, and provide mentoring supports and providing guidance and funding supports. That will come from the so performance of the institute in managing and creating Yukti innovation repository also carries weightages as a under this 20% weightages. Similarly, any kind of infrastructure like pre-incubation, incubation, IPR cell, TTO cell, office, and its functioning, and what kind of services you provide. Activities of all this infrastructure also carry certain weightages. What kind of innovation, entrepreneurship, credit courses, elective courses you are offering, what kind of certificate courses you are offering, what kind of collaborations you are undertaking with ecosystem enablers during that particular academic year also carries weightages. Similarly, any kind of e-learning resources you have utilized or submitted, then what kind of how many innovation ambassadors have gone through the nomination, then training, then post training, the activeness of all these innovation ambassadors, and report submission by these innovation ambassadors also carries weightages. Similarly, any kind of reward points institutions earned by doing over-performing activities, like if the institute will organize more activities crossing the 30 numbers as on IEC calendar activities, and more than 16 self-driven activities, then institutions will earn certain credit point, which will also carry weightages under this 20% category. Then institutions have formulated the adopted the NISP, formulated innovation and entrepreneurship policy for that particular institute. They are implementing our law. Also, there is weightages. Similarly, if institutions, IIC institutions is along with the institutions that are inactive, and bringing them into the IIC system and helping them in activating the IICs also carries weightages. Then if institutions are, IICs are linked with other labs in the region, in the district, in the city, and they are providing mentoring support also carries weightages. Similarly, if any such kind of programs and schemes we announce, and if institutions participate, then also it comes under this 20% weightages. So when you combine performance under this 80% weightages and 20% weightages, then it gives a annual star rating. And for the IIC 6.0 annual star rating, it is in process. So what activities you all will submit. So the existing IICs, they know the structure, so that they will submit the activities under IIC calendar activity, they will submit the activities under MIC driven, also they will submit under self-driven. But those institutions are joined recently, and you are just a newly joined institute and having an IIC, definitely you can submit any kind of innovation and entrepreneurship activities you've organized in the last 1 year, that is from 1st September of 2023 to till 31st August of 2024. If you have organized any such activities in your campuses, you can report through IIC portal under self-driven activity. You can't now you can't submit the IIC calendar activities conducted past. Then definitely, if you want to organize IIC calendar activity in the fourth quarter, that is things you can organize. You have still 25 days in your hand. If you will organize one or two activities also, that is very good. So first you check what kind of IIC calendar activities are available for the joint institutions to organize during this fourth quarter. So if you find one or two such activities, then conduct it and report the submission so that you will get certain wages under the IIC calendar activity. And if any activities you organized before the you're joining of IIC, then you report as a self-driven activity, and definitely report all these MIC driven activities under the MIC driven category, so that you will get wages under all these three categories. Also under this 20% category, 20% wages category, if your institutions will, like, if you have started working with any auto apps, if you have nominated any innovation ambassador, if you have achieved, or you have previously under any one of these action points, you will get also additional wages under this 20% category. So, and finally, in the month of October, we are going to release the annual star rating for IIC 6.0, and IIC 6.0 is the period from 1st of September 2023 to 31st August of 2024. From 1st of September 2024, new IIC calendar, that is IIC 7.0, will start. So this is all about IIC, the vision, the structure, the framework, and now it's time for demonstrating the IIC portal for next 15-20 minutes, and you will understand the registration, you will understand how to update the My Council, you will understand how to function IIC with conducting the activities, conducting the meetings, quarterly meetings. You will also understand how to submit activities, IIC calendar activity, MIC-driven activity, and self-driven activity, and how to report these things so that you will get score for that, or you will get weightages for that, and finally it will reflect in the annual star rating. Then how to participate in various funding schemes of MIC and AICT, like mentor mentee and impact lecture, and how to nominate faculty for innovation ambassador training, and how to track the progress that these faculty members are completing the training or not, and what they're doing, and what kind of expert talks they are delivering, and what kind of other things they are getting engaged after completion of the trainings, because Innovation Ambassador Training Portal is integrated with the IIC portal. Similarly, IIC ATL linkage things you will understand. You will understand how to refer the new institutions to join this IIC network. You will also understand how constituent IICs and deemed university IICs, affiliating and affiliated IICs will link each other, and also you can see once annual star rating will be announced, you will be able to see the full star of your IIC and the star rating. And this is a screenshot, so I will not take much time. This screenshot says that these are the features. These are the features are there in the IIC portal, and Selva Rani, who is the innovation officer, is going to explain you in detail about IIC portal, its feature, its functionalities, and she will demonstrate step by step. So Selva, I will request you, please go through the slide and also explain the dashboard and the features of IIC once the institute will log in, and then take them through the live portal demonstration. And I will thank each one of you for attending the session. And what we will do, now all the presentations were presented for the last driven activities. We will send a common email to all the IIC institutions through the email, and attaching all these presentations in the PDF format, so that you will be able to see, and also you can listen to the YouTube sessions. And you have around 15 to 20 days in your hand, I think 25 days in your hand. So utilize these 25 days and submit more and more activities, and also join the WhatsApp group created for your zone, especially IIC presidents and IIC conveners. And already this links for joining the WhatsApp group has been sent to the respective registered email of the IIC president and convener. So this joining of the group is only through invitation, so no other way of accepting or accommodating the request. So please join and We will provide you more and more informations, and if required, we will conduct more and more such sessions. And our zonal in charges are actually always there to help you. So please coordinate and contact and reach out to zonal in charges and program specific coordinators for query and for any kind of resolving the technical glitches. So Selva, over to you and demonstrate the portal.
Thank you, Dipan, for the brief walkthrough about IIC objective structures and functions. So now we'll look after the how to use the IIC portal for the same. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Can
It's
anyone
visible.
confirm? Jerry?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Yes, thank you. Yes. So you all aware because you're all registered already for the because we have the referral system also, so you can help the institutions who have not established IIC so far. You can help using this registration menu. So any new institutions which not established IIC council, then can go to this iic.mic.gov.in and log in, and then click on this. Please follow the step 1, new registration for higher education institutions. Once they click, then the registration form will appear. Here, what they need to do, enter the ASHE code, that is ISHE code. And recently we have enabled the registration using the PID also, that is permanent ID, which be issued by AICTE when you apply for the AICTE approval process. So till this year we have only allowed ASHE code for the registration. Last 4-5 months we are allowing the PID, which is permanent ID of AICTE approval process portal. Also using that PID also we can register register or establish innovation council in your institute. Once you log in, you will be able to see the lot of menus in the left side. So in this slide, we have just grouped all the menus here. That is the features. Each menu will have some certain features. So the first menu have about my institute. In this menu, what you can get it, you can see the my profile, that is about your institute. You can edit whatever the details you wanted about your institute. And the next part is my council. So as Dipan explained already, the council consists of teaching, non-teaching faculty members, student members, and the external experts. So these data, these information can be updated in the My Council part. And the next you will get it INE courses, that is innovation and entrepreneurship related courses. So under this menu, you can able to upload or submit data about the innovation and entrepreneurship related, the short term, long term, academic or non-academic courses in this menu. Here, please ensure you are not uploading or submitting your entire course of your institute, only the courses which are related to innovation and entrepreneurship. For example, some patent related courses, design thinking related courses. So these kind of courses or any FDP is conducted in your institute can be uploaded in the INE courses. The next part is INE collaboration. So INE collaboration is such that if some institute do not have the pre-incubation or incubation support in their infrastructure in their campus, so they can collaborate with their nearby incubation center or their nowadays the mentor institutes are also supporting. So you can collaborate with your mentor institute or nearby incubation center. You can sign an MOU or some collaboration document, then those will help you, those collaboration will help you your institute students and faculty members innovation and entrepreneurship aspect. So these kind of collaboration can be uploaded under the INE collaboration. Again, I'm repeating, in the INE collaboration, please do not upload any MOU signed by your institute with anyone. The MOUs which are relevant to support your innovation and entrepreneurship of your institute only need to be uploaded here. And the next menu is Summit Expert Session. So here, Summit Expert Session, many institutes are conducting so many online sessions with nice experts. good experts. So those sessions which are having the good audio and video quality, and also you have gotten the copyright consent from your expert, those expert session can be uploaded under this one. So on verification, will make it available public so that other IAC institution will get benefit out of this expert session. I repeat, this summit expert session is like a online sessions or any experts delivering the talk that is recorded by any institute, and provided these sessions, these videos are having a good and video and audio, and also the good subject matter, provided the consent from your expert who delivered this session. Those session details should be uploaded under the summit expert session. So on the verification, this expert session we will be making it available for all the IAC institutions, so that the institution who do not have support for engaging the expert for these topics can benefit out of these sessions. The next menu is manage pre-incubation and incubation details. If your institute having the incubation IP or TTO office, so those details can be uploaded here. These details are already, we are making it published in our IIC website, so that the institutions who do not have these facilities in their campus can approach your institute for the collaboration or for your support. The next menu is IIC previous academic year report. So in this, you can see your the previous academic year's activities, your reports, your performance. You can also able to download the previous year's activities report also in this menu. So this is all about my institute. The next one is the hand holding and capacity development. So under the hand holding and capacity development, we have this IAC consortium. This IAC consortium, we have made it available for the institutions, for the institution who do not have the separate ISHA code, but they act as an individual institute. For example, group of institutions may have only one ISHA code, but they may have a different PID, or they may different campus they are running it. So in that case, because we made available the IAC registration using only the ISHA code, so that's the reason we come up with this concept IAC consortium. So institutions who are sharing this only one ISHA code, and the different institutions can use this benefit. So here the IAC institute who have the ISHA code, they can register, and they can invite all other the group of institution under this one. So it is IAC consortium. Though the institutes are added by the one institute, each IAC institute will act as a separate institute. But at the end, if you wanted to participate as a group of institutions or as an individual institute, it is up to institute concern for the IAC star rating. But right now, we have enabled the IAC registration with the PID of ASAT also. And the next one is mentor-mentee scheme. You all aware the mentor-mentee scheme. We select mentors, the institutions who secured 3.5 and above star rating in the previous year, and they have good infrastructure, and they are very good performing in NISP and all other MIC initiatives will be considered to select as a mentors. So these mentors will get the funding support from MIC to ment the other 5 institutions. So one mentor is mapped with 5 mentee institutions, and the year-long mentor-mentee activity will be carried by the mentor institutions. So by this way, the mentor institute will help the mentee institute to get the good star rating, and also the good they'll give a help to conduct any activities in their institute. So far, right now we are in this year we are having the second edition of mentor-mentee scheme is going on. So this year we up to 100 mentor institutions. So they are giving their mentoring support to 500 mentee institutions. In addition to that, MIC funded, we have some volunteer mentor institution as well. So volunteer mentor institutions means they don't have they have not received the funding support from MIC, but volunteer basis they are doing the mentoring for the mentee institutions. So next is impact lecture scheme. Under the impact lecture scheme, the institutions who do not have the support system, or they are in the remote area, so they will get, and also they are newly joined IAC institutions will get the chance to get the funding support under the impact lecture scheme. Academic year 23-24, we have 800 institutions can get benefit out of this. The phase 1 is we have already selected the 471 institutions, and phase 2 selection is going on. So soon we will announce a selected institution for the phase 2 as well. So these menus, you can click on these menus and you can do the nominations, you can do the selection of mentor institutions, everything under this hand-holding and capacity development. And also we have the innovation ambassador menu. Under the innovation ambassador, you can nominate the faculty members for the training program, and also you can check their progress of the faculty members who are all nominated for this innovation ambassador. So these are all about the hand-holding and capacity development. The next module we have referral and linkage. In the referral and linkage, we have the constituent IIC. The constituent IIC is for the institutes who are having the university status, and the institutes are many colleges are affiliated to these universities. So in that case, university can check the list of affiliated institutions and their IIC establishment status. So university can send the IIC establishment request also from their portal. And we have the ATL linkage and mentoring. Here, we request all the IIC institutions to mentor up to 3 ATL schools for their innovation and entrepreneurship development. Here you can see the choose the ATL schools and manage the activity for the ATL schools. Everything can be done in the ATL linkage and mentoring menu. And the next is a list of affiliated institution, that is under the university thing. And we in this year we have enabled for the institutions who are secured 3.5 and 4, we have enabled 2 more menus in this section. That is non-active IIC institution. The other one is the institutions who have not established IIC so far. I repeat, institutes who secured 3.5 and 4 star rating in the previous year, we have enabled 2 menus in this referral and linkage. The first one is the list of non-active IIC institutions means they have established IIC institute, but they have not submitted any IIC report. And the list of institutions who have not established IIC. So these 2 jobs we have added the institutions who performed previous year. And the next one is innovation and startup support. Innovation and startup support, we have the innovation repository. So you all know we have the innovation repository, wherein the institute students, faculty members, and alumni and the incubators of that institute also can register under this innovation repository and submit their innovation details. So those innovations is listed under the IIC portal. The IIC president or convener who are having the login access for the IIC portal can check the progress of their institute's innovation submission. And innovation, if the innovation challenge 2023 progress also you can see. We are happy to say that under the ICTI Innovation 2023, we have funded around 139 teams for this academic year. And the next is help desk. Help desk, you can, if you have any suggestion or any query related to IIC portal or the functions, you can submit your query here. So day to day, we will be answering the query in the portal itself. And we have the IIC guide and portal and manual. So you don't require to wait for the zonal in charge also. Please go through this IIC guide and portal manual. Here with the screenshot, everything is given in this menu. So please go through for any doubt how to nominate mentor mentee, how to nominate for the impact lecture, how to update your My Council. Still we are receiving the mail for updating the My Council. So the My Council is the one. Your council members, only the institute have the provision to update your council. So MIC cannot update the council member of your institute. And also many members used to mail us that we are changed from this institute to that institute, or some member will mail that this faculty member changed from our institute to some other institute. Please update your database. So repeat again, all these changes should be done by the institute in their IIC portal, not by MIC. And the next one is information dissemination. Here you can see the announcement from IIC institutions, your own peer institutes, or the announcement from MIC under the notification, and the documents which are required for you as a download is available here. These are all the overall the major modules of IIC portal. So now we can detail see about my institute. You can see the performance certificates. You can download your certificates, and you can check the last login details also. Who are logged in, you can check it, and also you can reset the password, and you can change and upgrade the IIC president and head of the institute details. except the head of institute email ID. So you can update IAC president and head of the institute name, phone number, everything you can update it, except the email ID, because email ID is associated with the login of your institute. So in that case, you need to email us with the proper proof for change the email ID, that is login ID of your institute. And this is under the My Profile and the My Council. Yeah, under the My Council, you can see the teaching, non-teaching members, student members, external members, social media, and also council meeting. So under the My Council, these you can see the green tick or red cross mark. The red cross mark indicates the data or information is missing. So additional data is required. So you can check under the IAC portal guide and manual, you can check the brief about this. So for every role, you need to assign a member for teaching, non-teaching members, and also student members and external members. The role is like the innovation coordinator, startup coordinator kind of thing. So once you have completed this council, that is teaching, non-teaching members, student members, and external members, then you will have to conduct a council meeting. So in the council meeting, at least 50% of your council members should participate. So what you have to do in the council meeting? In the council meeting, we'll have to discuss about the previous quarter's progress and the upcoming quarter's plan. Why we have to plan in advance? Because you have a lot of academic schedule in your institute, as well as in advance, IAC also given the calendar of the activities, so that everything in advance you can plan it out. Some changes may be there, expecting that as per the plan you should go, but you should have a tentative plan, so that 1 or 2 weeks it may go up and down. So INE courses I have explained, that is, you can upload the academic or non-academic courses. It can be a short term or it can be a long term, but only the courses which are related to innovation and entrepreneurship. I repeat again. So last year, so many institutions uploaded the entire academic courses in this place. Please do not do that. Only upload the courses which are related to innovation and entrepreneurship, and that is also conducted in the current academic year for the state. For example, in the 2024 academic year 23-24, what are the courses that is related to IAS conducted in your institute? Only those courses should be uploaded here. In the same way, in INE collaboration, you may have collaborated with state government, or non-government agencies, or any international agency, or nearby incubation unit, or any angel or VC firm to support your students or faculty members, innovation and entrepreneurship. Those collaborations which are the valid, that is the time period is over, the active collaboration can be uploaded here. The next is submit expert session. As I have explained already, the expert session conducted in your institute, provided having the good audio video, plus the copyright, there is no copyright issues. So those sessions can be uploaded here. Incubation, pre-incubation details, why we are asking you to submit it? Because when we go for the star rating, we will evaluate how many institutions have established these infrastructure in their campus for their support of their students and faculty members, as well as whatever the details you are submitting here, we made it available in the IAC website, which is without login also anyone can access the detail provided, so that other institutions can approach you for having your support for their startups. So this is the reason. So please update whatever the data it is as per your institute. If there is any update in the data, please update it time to time. And also you can see the IAC previous academic year report under the about my institute. Here you can see the list of activities conducted and also your star rating and everything. You can see it. You can download the activity report also here. The next important module is the manage activity. That is a core of IIC, Institution Innovation Council. So all other modules will just go around this manage activity. So what is the activity? As I already explained to you, we have categories of activities, that is IIC calendar, MIC driven, self-driven, celebration. So what is IIC calendar activity? We have the list of activities. When we start in the start of the academic year itself, we prescribe the list of activities which can be conducted in each quarter. So we approach this 360-degree learning approach. In that, the first quarter we focus on the field visit, second quarter we focus on ideation, and third design thinking and the prototyping and the patenting. So these all this quarter will explore around this thing. So I request all the IAC institution, please do not skip the field visit and ideation, which is important for the innovators to identify the right problem statement for them, and also give them importance to solve your own problem first, and then they can go for the nearby areas or the country-wise problem. So when because if they are solving the problem for your own institute, you can also implement in your institute. That is the thing. And also in the initial year, give the more weightage for the innovations which are solving your own local problems. So that is IAC calendar activity that's been around this field visit, ideation, problem solving, and then prototype development, patenting, all those things. And the MIC driven activity. So next is MIC driven activity, and this we will be updating this MIC driven activity time to time. IAC calendar activities are announced in the first academic year. In the first month itself, it will be announced for the entire academic year. But MIC driven activities are announced time to time. This is based on the collaboration with the different ministries, different departments, and also initiatives of other initiatives of MIC will be updated here. For example, Smart India Hackathon will be coming. So we float this activity, so Smart India Hackathon participation. And also we have, like, now we are reaching out to, because now we are 7,000 to 14,000 we are. So we are reaching out to institutions through our orientation sessions. So we are making mandatory for all the IAC institutions to attend our orientation sessions, so that they will get cleared about their queries, because many of the institutions join newly in the system in this year. So all the MIC driven activities are mandatory, and you will have to attend or conduct all the MIC driven activities. And the next is self-driven activity. So many institutes came up that they are also conducting in this innovation and entrepreneurship related activities other than the IAC calendar and MIC driven. So those activities are categorized under the self-driven, and you can upload the reports under the self-driven activity. And celebration is like, we know a lot of important days need to be celebrated to create the awareness about those important days among the students and faculty members. So these celebration activity also announced during the initial period of this academic year. IAC calendar and celebration is announced at the during the, in the initial period of the academic year itself. MIC driven announced time to time. Self driven is like a institute driven activities. So this already explained the weightage by Dipan. So next we are going to the one more part in the when you submit the report, it is asked you to select the level of the activity. That is level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. What is the difference between level 1, level 2, level 3? So level 1 is a short activity, that is the duration of the activity is 2 to 4 contact hours. Level 2 is 5 to 8 contact hours. Level 3 is 9 to 18 contact hours, or more than a day. And level 4, you can say that more than 2 days activities. So in the first year, we were giving treating all the activities at the same weightage. So based on the institution's feedback, we have improvised. So the lesser duration will have a little less weightage. The longer duration will have little more weightage. And we are expecting at least one level 4 activity should be conducted in 1 quarter. E-learning repository we have already explained, and hand-holding and capacity development, that is IAC consortium. IAC consortium, I have explained already that IAC consortium for the institutions who are sharing a same ISHA code but having a different campus or different AICT permanent ID. For those institutions, we brought this concept IAC consortium. So under this IAC consortium, one institute who are having the ISHA code can register first, and later on they can invite other group of institutions to establish IAC. I'll repeat, each IAC institution who are in the IAC consortium will act as an individual IAC. There is no difference. It is up to the IAC consortium whether they wanted to function as a group or they wanted to go separately for the IAC star rating. Next is mentor-mentee scheme. Mentor-mentee scheme I have explained. This mentor-mentee scheme, we are in the verge of completion of the academic year. So right now, you don't require to do anything in the mentor-mentee module in the portal. But in the upcoming year, you will be asked to do some activities in the mentor mentee. This is the financial support will be given to the mentor institutions, 2.25 lakh per mentor institutions to handhold the 5 mentee institutions. And right now the activities are going on and we are in the verge of completion of the scheme. In the upcoming year, we'll announce the mentor mentee scheme. During that time, whoever eligible for the mentor and mentee can nominate your coordinator and select the options given by us. Next is this is the scenario of the current year mentor mentee scheme. In the first year, we have given the funding support of 50 mentor institutions. In the current academic year 23-24, we have given the funding support for 100 mentor institutions. In addition to 100, again, some institutions volunteer 120 volunteer mentor institutions are also mentoring the institutions for this under this mentor mentee scheme. The next is impact lecture scheme. So under the impact lecture scheme, we give the funding support for the institutions who are in the remote area or the newly joined institutions. So far we have funded 931 IACs plus the 471 we have funded this year also. This year we have the funding support up to 800 institutions. Under the phase 1, we have given the funding support for the 471. Again, the remaining selection of the institutions are under progress. So within a month time, we'll be announcing the beneficiary of impact lecture scheme in the phase 2 as well. I request mentor mentee and impact lecture scheme beneficiaries, please submit your UC and SOE on time. If you are not submitting on time, that is 31st August, before 31st August 2024, your star rating will have some negative effect. The next module we have Innovation Ambassador Training Program. Under this Innovation Ambassador Training Program, you can nominate up to 20 faculty members each year. The Innovation Ambassadors can go through the basic. Once they complete the basic training program, they can go to the advanced. Once they complete advanced, then the reskilling will be enabled. Even the upskilling part also we are adding it. Soon the portal will be available for the upskilling. So these status can be viewed in your IAC portal. How many innovation ambassadors you have nominated, what is their training status, and if, for example, institute change request we have given. For example, one innovation ambassador from the institute A is moved to institute B. So what the innovation ambassador need to do it? Innovation ambassador should log in their portal and he or she should give the change request to the new institute. Whenever he give the change request, the new institute will get the alert that some innovation ambassadors joined your institute. Please approve the same. So institute need to log in the innovation ambassador. You can see the institute change request here. If some request you have received, you need to check, verify whether the faculty members joined in your institute, and then you need to give your approval so that their training, their reports, their training status, everything will be shifted to your institute. And also you can check the progress and progress of the innovation ambassador training program of the nominated faculty members. In addition to that, the institute need to do the approval of, because once the innovation ambassador completed the advanced and training program, innovation ambassador need to act as a expert and deliver some sessions, or they have to mentor their own students or their students in their nearby vicinity. Those reports can be submitted as the innovation ambassador's activity report. Once the innovation ambassador submit the activity report in their login, those submitted reports will be available in the IAC portal. In the IAC portal, the IAC president or convener who is having the access to the IAC portal need to log in and check the progress and approval menu. Here, the innovation ambassadors whoever submitted their reports are listed. Innovation, the IAC convener or president's duty to go and check the report and do the approval whether this activity is truly it is done in your campus, and you need to it is, for example, whenever the institute submit the report, MIC is verifying activity reports. So in such a way, IAC convener or president need to verify your own innovation ambassadors activity report, so that once you approval, then those approved reports will be verified by MIC. The next is innovation and startup support. Under this innovation and startup support, we have the repository. Under the innovation repository, who can participate? Institute, student, faculty members, alumni, or incubators of your own institute can participate under this innovation repository. So they can submit. It's a year-long activity. There is no deadline for the innovation repository. ideation, and if their idea is upgraded, they can they have the update option, so they can update it and they can proceed with their prototype. If the prototype, so they are if they have business model is developed, they can also again upgrade from prototype to business model. So these should be done without any timeline or anything. But when we announce the challenge, so for the challenge we'll have some timelines. So for the challenge, nomination of these innovations will have some timeline. So follow the timeline for the innovation challenge. And innovation submit the ideas or innovations or prototypes, the institute login will be listed all the submission. The institute duty is to assign the verifier for all the submission. Minimum 2 verifier need to recommend any submission. So I repeat, these verifiers can be your own innovation ambassadors or any external experts. So these expert or the verifier should verify the submission. Each and every submission should be verified, at least 2 verifiers. So if both of them give the recommended option, then those submission will only will be considered for the star rating and also for the any challenges. So please do not repeat again, please do not verify and just give the recommendation just blindly. Ask your experts to verify, and if they need any support, ask the students to improvise, and then you can do the recommendation. So this is all about why ICTI Innovation Repository we have created. So through this ICTI Innovation Repository, the institute can have own repository. So whenever some challenge is happening, announced, any challenge, any competition is announced, institute do not require to go to the students on the very particular time. So this will be the institute own innovation repository. So institute can go through this innovation repository and then select the ideas and approach the students and ask them to participate. This is the one way we have empowered our IAC institution to have their own innovation repository. And also these innovations can be mapped with the pre-incubation or incubation, or we have the technology transfer offers now for the ACT. Also the eligible technologies can also map with technology transfer, and we can give the one-to-one mentoring support, and we are coming up with the other modules which will be explaining in the IAC 7.0 orientation session. So ICTI is having a lot of options to collaborate, mentoring, and the funding support. So I request all the IAC institutions make use of this ICTI innovation. And this is the overall the stance of the ICTI Innovation Repository. So total 213 startups are born out of this ICTI Innovation Challenge. We are proud with your IAC institution support. This achievement is we have achieved together with IAC institutions. So 6 months long mentoring and hand-holding support will be provided, and then the funding support. So 2-3 level of evaluations and the mentoring support, followed by the funding support. Right now we are giving up to 5 lakhs per innovations. So we have the upper limit of 200 innovations can be supported by this ICTI Innovation Challenge every year. So ask your students and faculty members to be active in the ICTI Innovation Repository. The current year we have supported 139 innovation teams under the ICTI Innovation Challenge. So you all aware that in the September we'll be launching our the next academic year. So ask them to be active in this academic year and get the funding support and also the mentoring support. And the referral and linkage part, the institutes can act as an innovation ambassador or IAC ambassador for MIC to establish IAC, which do for the institutions who do not have the IAC, please reach out to those institutions and ask them to establish IAC by spreading out the awareness about the IAC network. And here under the referral linkage, you can refer other institutions to establish, and also you can mentor the ATL or SIC schools, and you can also the universities can reach out to their affiliated institutions to establish IAC, and then universities can check the progress of the affiliated institutions if they have established IAC. And also you can invite the constituent IAC also. These are all under the referral and linkage. So under the help desk, we have suggestion and query. So every institute can submit their query in the suggestion and query menu. So these queries will be answered by our MIC officials. You will be receiving the email notification as well as the portal also will have the replies. And also we have the very good IIC guide and portal. Here you can see with the screen shot, with the numbers, with the steps, everything is explained to how to use IIC portal. And also we have the QR code is listed in the portal itself. For example, if you are from the NRO zone, then your own NRO zone zonal groups, WhatsApp group, QR code and link is updated here. So you can just scan it and join the WhatsApp group. Please limit your only one IIC convener and IIC president should join the group so that we can cater out to all the IIC institutions. And announcement sections from peer IIC institutions. If IIC institutions you are conducting any challenges, any programs, you can announce it under here. On the approval of MIC officials, that will be available in the dashboard. So make use of this announcement section so that peer institute can see what is happening in your institute, and also the other institutions, students and faculty members can participate in your activity also. And the notification part is here you can see the news corner section. You can see the institutions, peer institutions, that's IIC institutions announcements. And the notification is the announcement from the MIC side. Here you can see how many activities are announced and how many activities are submitted. Now the verification is in progress. We can see how many activities are approved and how many are reopened, how many are disapproved. In case of reopen, the portal will be enabled to update the details. So we can update the details and submit it again. The notification is from MIC side, and the download is any document which are required by IIC institutions. We made it available under the download section. So these are all our zonal in charges and the national coordinators contact details. It is also available in the IIC portal as well as in the menu. So we have the WhatsApp group, we have the Telegram groups, and also please reach out through our emails if we are not answering the phone calls, because many times we are not able to, those zonal in charges may not be able to answer the phone calls. So please make it conveniently. Please email with your queries, and also you can WhatsApp. But we suggest email, and email will be the first option, and the second option is a WhatsApp, and phone will be the third option. Thank you once again for all the IIC institution to joining. Jerry, you wanted to add anything?
Thank you very much, Selvarani ma'am, for the quick portal guidelines. And I would also like to thank all the participants as well as the IIC institutions, along with presidents, conveners, and IIC members. I hope we give you a quick overview about the IIC, what the structure is, what all are the objectives, as well as the operation of the IIC institution, along with the portal guidelines by Ms. Selvarani. So like ma'am mentioned, if any of the institutions are facing any trouble, you may reach out to the zonal in charges via the convenient mode. And don't forget to upload the MIC driven activity report under the manage activity session. Right now, there are no issues as of now when I checked. So for each of the activities, as of now, 4 MIC driven activities in the current quarter, along with 2 other MIC driven activities which were conducted in the previous quarters are mentioned over there. So I request all the institutes who have joined to please upload the activities under the manage activities. And if you're facing any trouble, please reach out to the respective zonal in charges. Thank you once again all for joining.